Alright, a bug is at the point 3, 4, and it's been displaced by the vector -4, -5. Where's the bug now? Well, remember, the vector, the first number of the vector gives us our delta x. That's our change in x. How far did the x-coordinate change? And the second part of the vector gives us our delta y. That's our change in y. How far did the y-coordinate change? So x-coordinate tells us left-right change. Y-coordinate tells us up-down change. In this case, since the x change in x is negative, it means we moved to the left. And like this is my left, but when I look at myself in the camera, it's your right. So I'm not sure what this looks like to you. So I'm hesitant to say left and right and point. I'll have to look at that later and see if it's, I've never actually looked at it. Anyways, so that's going to be 4 spaces to the left. Because this is a -5, then our movement's going to be 5 spaces down. So we'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We find ourselves at the point -1, -1. Okay. Now let's just say, for example, what if you had some point that was like coordinates like 1,000,005, 200,365, whatever, and you couldn't plot them, right? You had to figure out, how am I going to do this without plotting it? Well, notice that when we move the x-coordinate to the left, it gets smaller. 3, 2, 1. When we move the x-coordinate to the right, it gets bigger. 3, 4, 5, 6. When we move the y-coordinate down, it gets smaller. 4, 3, 2, 1. When we move the y-coordinate up, it gets bigger. 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we want to find out where this vector is going to move this point, we just have to add the change that the vector gives us to the coordinates for the point. So it's like saying we're going to take 3 and we're going to add a -4, which is the same as subtracting 4 from it. And we're going to take this 4 and we're going to add a -5, which is the same as subtracting 5 from it. So our new point, okay, is going to be, we can think of this as the point 3 plus -4, comma 4 plus -5, where the 3 and the 4 come from over here, and the 4 and the 5 come from over here. So you just take the vector coordinates and just add them to the point. And this can be handy when you can't graph things, or maybe the vector is some weird number that's not easy to plot or something like that. I don't know. But if you don't, for whatever reason you can't graph it, or graphing isn't convenient, you can still find where a point gets moved by a vector simply by adding the change that the vector represents to the coordinates of the point.